What year is this thing?
09.
09. Hi folks. Welcome to Wheels of Faith Garage. We're going to 09 Nissan Titan. Oil leak. It's my good friend Kevin's, his truck. It's a Saturday morning. It's a beautiful fall day. We're going to see if we can figure out this oil leak. And the check engine light that went away, but it was a code for a small evap leak. We don't care about that. It's not going to mess with emissions. It's not going to mess with performance. So let's get this thing up in the air, crawl underneath there, and see what we can see leaking. Dang, this thing is clean for an 09, man. Dang.
Hi, Kevin.
What's up?
We're like little kids. Hi guys.
Little kid trapped in a grown man body.
Okay, let's see what we can see. Let's see, we got some oil up here at the front. Yep. So this is at the front of the, it's facing forward. And I see a lot of oil dripping from right up in this area. It's definitely dark like engine oil. I don't think it's power steering. So, okay, we're gonna need to take this shield right here off. The skid plate. Looks like 410 mils hold that on. And it's right around the oil filter area. So, that ain't no biggie. There it went. I felt it hit my boob.
Is that a big target or small?
Yeah, it looks like it's coming from around the oil filter area. Let me just grab that thing and see if I'm able to get a twist on it. Might just be loose and the oil change will fix this problem. Oh, she's tight. The filter itself is tight. So what else is around there? You got a switch. The switch could be leaking. This housing that the oil filter here screws into could be leaking. And it looks like it has coolant lines that run through it that cool the oil.
So this right here, is that, you think it's just from a leak?
This
Yeah.
and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you know what though? I don't like how that's loose. You know what, bro? Let's look at your power steering fluid.
Just, you know, like
Cause that kind of looks like it has a,
coming out of that connection right there.
kind of looks like it has a red tint. And the fact that these are rubbing together. Well, we can't tell if it's engine oil or power steering fluid, so we're going to check the levels of both. That's cool, it kind of fits right on there.
It's almost like you planned it.
Almost. So we're at the minimum. We're at the minimum mark. I don't know where it was at before. I guess the only thing we can do is start it up. Let's see if we can get a visual on the leak. Well, folks, from the best I can tell, all this fluid up here and stuff is not coming from these power steering lines. Those actually look to be in really good shape. I am going to zip tie those together so they don't shake and move around and rub each other anymore. But I'm suspecting this oil filter cooler housing, whatever right here, where it goes into the block, is most likely leaking. I imagine there's a gasket or a seal up there, so I'm going to get in the shop manual and see what's there and see if we can get a new one from the O'Reillys. This oil leak isn't terrible. It barely drips a couple times a day, so if we can keep on driving until we get the parts in. Let's take a look and see what's actually going to be behind there. Alright, so we just got back from the O'Reillys, grabbed a gasket or O-ring or seal, whatever you want to call it, for the oil cooler housing. So we're going to get that thrown on. But Kevin's got a little story he's going to tell. Let's see what he's got here.
This is why I don't work on cars. So when I was probably about 15, 16, my older brother decided he was going to teach me how to do an oil change because he was learning a lot of mechanic stuff and he was pretty good. So he just kind of walked me through it as he changed the oil on his car. And I didn't take any notes, you know, just the mental notes that you forget. Never attempted it myself until, I don't know, a couple years later. I was probably about 18. I decided I'm going to change my own oil on this old beater of a Dodge Omni, if anyone's old enough to remember those.
Dodge Omni?
Yeah.
Can't say I've ever heard of that.
It was a little hatchback.
Okay.
Like a Dodge version of a Chevette or something.
Nice.
So anyway, I do it myself. I get the oil, I get the filter. I'm trying to walk through all the steps. The one thing I remembered was my brother told me 2 or 3 times, like, don't over tighten the oil filter. So I do all the things and I put the oil filter on. I'm all worried about not over tightening it. Well, a little while later, I go get in the car to leave, start it up, let it run for a minute. Sounds okay. I start backing down my parents' driveway and I hear this psh, and I look up over the hood and there's just this trail of... Well, friends, don't ever under tighten the oil filter because it'll just come right off and spew the oil all over the driveway. So, I didn't tell very many people that story.
You just told the whole world.
Hopefully my parents don't even remember it at this point. But pretty sure that was the last time I changed my own oil, and I'm 48 now, so that's why I'm here at Steven's house.
You are at the Wheels of Faith Garage. You know how that name came up? I'll tell you. Because just about every vehicle I own runs on faith alone. We got a fleet of older vehicles. Most of them have close to or over 200,000 miles on them.
Sweet.
But any one of them I would take to West Virginia right now. Except the Lancer, it's got a big hole in the engine.
Well.
That's coming
That
up
ain't
soon
good.
though. I'm hoping to get
Yeah.
that replaced. Holy moly! I hope Kevin didn't put this oil filter on. I'm sorry, too soon?
No, it's only been 30 years.
Oh my gosh. I like how everything's so accessible up here.
Yeah.
CarQuest filter. I don't want that garbage on there. Yeah, this oil's pretty dark here, Kev.
It's only been a month since I changed it.
That's a lie. Boy, this is a tiny filter. For a 5.6 liter?
Wow.
That's pretty gross, bro. Pretty gross. What I'll do is I'll put a like a piece of masking tape up in your windshield with the current miles. Or like 5,000 miles from now.
Yeah.
One of those. So it looks like we just got to take off this nut right here. And then this housing will come back, and then we'll replace the O-ring, and then put it back on. It looks like that's all we got to do. I'm telling you, man, I've been a mechanic now for coming up on 18 years. And I found that just about anything is easier to work on than a Ford.
Really? Which is what you used to do all the time, right?
Yeah, for 12 years I worked on Fords.
Wow.
And I work on Nissan. You know, we did that shift cable.
Yeah.
Man, that wasn't that bad. You know,
Yeah.
I did a radiator on a Hummer. It was just right there.
Really?
You know, your Toyotas, basic maintenance stuff.
Yeah.
Even like a timing chain or a timing belt was super easy. Everything was right there and accessible. Like everything's so much easier than on a Ford.
Now I've heard that like Hondas and Toyotas, everything's real packed in there tight. It's hard to get to.
Some of them. But the ones I've worked on haven't been that bad.
Yeah.
I have no idea what size that is. No shot. It was a socket I already had laying out. What size is that? A 22. 22 millimeter. Hello. I wonder if we should drain the engine oil. No, it'll be clear back there. Shouldn't have to. Oh! Hey Kevin, she was on there pretty good, bro.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, that's tough nasty.
At least it's not chunky.
See? I gotta have something.
Oh man. Hey, it looks just like it did in the picture. Nice, nice. Right there's our seal. Can you see it?
Uh-huh.
And looks like the new one is orange as well. Sweet. Alright, let me grab a pick. Pick that seal out of there. Not too bad, man. I'm telling you, anything's easier. From what I've come across. Now, I had my cousin hit me up the other day. And he had a, I think it was a 14 Chevy, how was it, Arcadia or something like that. It was an SUV thing. And it had codes for cam crank correlation. The crankshaft and the camshaft sensors weren't correlating together. So the timing chain has stretched and it possibly jumped time or whatever.
Yeah.
So I looked up how to do that and that looked like a nightmare. The videos I seen, the guys actually brought the engine down out of the car to do the work because it was such a pain in the butt. Couldn't even get all the front cover off. Like you had to take the camshaft phasers off to fish the chains down in there to get them hooked up, and then put the phasers on and run them. I was like, bro, that's not something I can do in my garage. That's just not something I can do in my garage. I'm sure I could figure it out, but I wouldn't be able to get back to them in a timely manner.
Yeah.
Like I'd have the engine swinging from my ceiling and like all this stuff. It'd be like a month before I got it back to him with my work schedule.
A GMC a few years ago.
I remember I worked on the door latches.
Yeah. And it was doing this, it felt like the transmission slipping. Right when, I don't know, you were around 35, 45 miles an hour. Had somebody look at it, and they kept it for a few days, and they were trying to replicate it, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't figure out what it was, and they basically said everything looks good, just keep driving it and let us know when it happens again. But
Probably happened as soon as you left.
I wonder if it was something similar to that.
Says you're known for transmission issues as well.
Yeah, I know I had like, I don't know, 70,000 miles on it.
This isn't fitting too well, Kev. I lied. Yeah, it is. There we go. New gasket's in place. I want to wipe down that surface just real quick. I do not want to open up this cooling system. There we go. Everything felt good going in there. I'm sure there's a torque spec for that.
We just hit it right on the money too.
You didn't hear the click click? Put a little bit of oil around the hood ring. Got our Wix filter, of course. 'Cause I don't know what Nissan's use, and I'm not going to the dealership to grab one. Man, that just looks so goofy on there.
Yeah.
Alrighty, snuggy dugga. Alright, I'm gonna grab some brake clean and clean all this up. This is the good stuff.
This is just break that all with oil.
Yeah, just clean up all that down there. Extremely flammable. You want to get the flammable stuff that actually does the job. You get that non-flammable stuff, it doesn't seem like it does anything. It's kind of lame.
Woo. Don't inhale.
Isn't that potent?
Yeah.
That's the good stuff. She's cleaning stuff up, boys. All right. Open up the door here. Let that kind of breathe out.
Body spray right there.
Oh man. That's good stuff. Mm-hmm. Whew. Okay. Ooh. This way we'll be able to tell if it's leaking again, so we'll know that, hey, this was all clean.
Yeah.
And you probably pull out that skid plate and clean it up too. Blow dry it clean. I do want to zip tie these power steering lines together to keep them from
Yeah, I was wondering.
rubbing.
It surprises me how loose those are.
I imagine there used to be a clip or something there, and it was probably plastic, and over time it just kind of broke down. It's on my list of things to do. I mentioned that in a couple videos ago. That I'll have like 2 or 3 projects where the tool's out, and then when I go to do the next project, I don't have any room to do it. Is when I clean everything.
Do you take the old oil in somewhere, or do you use it for something?
I take the old oil into the O'Reilly's, and they recycle it for you for free. Why does that look so crappy? This drain plug, I have never seen one like this. It's like the rubber O-ring is like halfway down the threads. I've never seen that before. I might have to put a new drain plug in this bad boy. How does it start? Does it start good? What's the threads look like in there? I don't like it, Kevin. I don't like it. You even sound like an old man getting up off the floor.
Man, I just realized that.
You're making those old man noises. I recognize it because I do it every time I get off the floor myself. Like, oh!
I see what you mean. Like, it seems like I've got a signal, but it's really slow.
Yeah, it's terrible. Looks like it's going to be the one we do. Bummer, we're going to have to wrench it the whole time. Whatever.
That's weird.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Okay, it's cold. I'm closing this door.
Yeah, I noticed that. Big difference.
If you would have pulled up a little bit more, we could have closed the door and turned the heater on.
Come on.
But no.
Welcome to Ohio, y'all. Actually, not bad for November.
No, it's actually pretty decent. You're absolutely right. Okay. I'm going to dump a little bit of oil up there and let it kind of just come straight out to get any, if there's any metal shavings or something in there, it'll kind of, blow it out. Oh, that's nice clean oil too. There we go, we're about half a quart through there. Is it coming out?
Yep.
Looking pretty good.
It is.
All right.
Almost as clean as the other stuff that came out.
That's a lie. Are you serious? Is it pretty nasty? Oh no, that's good. That's good stuff. Okay.
Good thing tomorrow's Sunday.
Why?
All the lion that you caught on tape coming out of my mouth.
So it looks like our new size is going to be a 17 millimeter. Oh yeah. beautiful thing.
Like a glove.
Oh, that's definitely Jim Carrey.
Yep.
I'm trying to think what movie.
Probably Ace Ventura.
Oh my goodness.
Made the mistake of letting my son watch that. Now there's two of us running around the
Click,
house.
click. There's so many good quotes from that movie, though.
Oops.
Bubble. Bumblerooski.
I don't even know if that's still on.
Oh, no. What's happening? We just can't have nice things.
I can't tell if it's still on.
I don't know. We got the majority of what we needed. Alright, let's dump some oil in it and let her run for a bit. Put some heat in the garage.
What's that?
I said put some heat in the garage. You want to go ahead and put your oil in?
I mean, this whole thing, right?
Hmm?
You need all of this, right?
Yep. Absolutely. And then a full quart and then a half of a quart.
Pop off there. 20 minutes later.
Here, let me show you something.
Life changing, folks.
Life hack. I saw somebody do that once before. That wasn't me. That was not my intention at all.
But you know, you get to take credit for teaching that to me.
Sure.
For the next time I change my own oil,
Yes.
3 months or 3,000 miles or
Cute.
30 years.
Jesus doesn't like it when you like him.
He has a sense of humor, doesn't he?
Obviously. Look at us, man. O'Reilly house brand, full synthetic, high mileage. Dun, dun, dun. EFP. I don't know what that means, but it's got some atoms flying around it.
That's important. Environmentally friendly product. That's my guess.
Ooh, ooh, you might be right.
Right here on the spot, came up with it.
Just like that. Oh, goodness gracious. Shoot, we might have time to go grab a radiator cap and grab some bulbs. Alright, we got a full quart to go ahead and put in.
I know. Remind me not to read all the comments. This guy is such an idiot.
Well, lucky for both of us, my friend, that this channel is still in its infancy. It only has like 6 subscribers, so you don't have to worry about it for a long time. Maybe in a couple years, get a couple thousand people to go back and watch you, and I don't know.
Remember when this thing was getting started? We're doing half this.
Yeah, so about halfway there. Halfway there.
Oh my gosh, I was just thinking the same thing.
That's scary.
Living on a prayer.
Living on a prayer.
So
The kids have
true.
ruined that song
So
for me, though.
True.
The
Why?
kids have ruined that song. They did like a SpongeBob parody or something. I can't remember what. That's probably
Is that
good.
half?
Yeah, it looks to be about half.
SpongeBob.
Something, yeah, Squidward in a chair or something like that. I don't know. They used to say it over and over and over again. This has forever ruined that song for me.
Oh yeah, well that. I mean, you get started on SpongeBob.
Fire in the hole! Exhaust sounds good. That was amazing. I feel so much relief after that. Take care of that little rattle noise you had in the front. I imagine you did. What you got going on over there?
Oh no, this whole piece feels like it's about to fall off. Right there.
I can fix that real quick. There's like no hardware holding that thing in.
Yeah, I was trying to.
Alright, but I got some hardware right here. I need you to push it on the top.
Yeah.
It'll be right here.
There.
Push that right there. Okay. And then I'm going to tuck in one more right down here. A little bit right there. Okay. She's tight.
Jeez.
You just can't have nice things, Kevin.
I know it, right?
Well, I can top that off. That can sit in the drain bucket there.
Comments about missing the hole.
I'll leave that alone myself. I gotta wipe it off and stick it again. Well, this is about empty.
Yeah, I use a lot of that. Parked under a tree a lot at work, so. Yeah, right in the middle.
Dead nuts. Perfect. We got a reverse light bulb out there. We're going to go ahead and replace real quick.
Passenger side it was. I don't know if he pulled up in front of somebody or what.
Go ahead and hit your reverse light again. Let me see if this will work. These bulbs are directional, so. Whoa, hit the brake. You said shush. Yep, it works. Working. All right, they are both working. We go ahead and put her back in park. Yeah, you're gonna need to get new housing because you got a big crack up here and water and moisture is getting in there. So you're just gonna keep blowing bulbs.
about the best brands of water?
Yeah, I'm talking about the bottled water that, like the Kroger brand, they purify it to death and take out all the minerals and stuff. But if you buy like Ice Mountain brand or the bougie water, the Voss or whatever, it actually has all the minerals in it still. Hasn't been purified to death.
It's just funny, it's like every time I lean over and stand back up, I get more lightheaded.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm doing the same thing.
Probably because I haven't drank enough water today. And then I come around the corner and I hear this video talking about water. Oh, you need to check that.
I already checked them out. Only a couple of them were a couple PSI low. That's impressive.
It's fine. I haven't checked them for a while. Not that I don't do regular maintenance. You did it, man.
Alright, folks. We fixed the oil leak. We think most likely that was the only thing down there that could be leaking. The oil cooler O-ring. We went ahead and got that replaced. Got everything cleaned up down there. Got all of our fluids topped off. Air pressure's topped off. Got some bulbs in the back fixed up. So I think he's ready to go for the winter time. He'll probably see him again in the spring, late summer for his next oil change.
It's less than a year.
We'll start calling him Mr. 8000. All right, folks. We'll catch you on the next one.